Hi everybody, I'm Ray with 8Base, and here I'm talking with Simon Macdonald, who works at Begin. Simon, why don't you tell me who you are, what you do, who you work for?
Sure, no problem. Thanks, Ray. Yeah, I'm Simon Macdonald. I'm the head of developer relations at Begin. Begin is a startup company. We make it easier for you to deal with AWS. The elevator pitch is if you've ever logged into AWS's console, you have 160 different choices that you have to make, and Begin sets you up with a whole bunch of reasonable defaults so you can get started building your web application immediately. And besides that, we do a few other open source projects that I might get a chance to talk about later.
All right, cool. So you're a seasoned speaker here at ConFoo. You've been doing this for quite some time.
Yeah, I don't even remember when I started speaking. It came up yesterday during the speakers dinner, and it has to be over 10 or 15 years now. So it's somewhere in that time frame.
It's been a while. Honestly, the website I think only goes back to 2017. So you've been doing it long before that.
Yeah, I need to fix things up. My past talks are gone. They're just like no more links to them. Yeah.
But so, I mean, you've been doing this for quite some time. I assume that you enjoy coming to ConFoo?
Yeah, I love coming to ConFoo. When I was checking in, it was, oh, hey, I remember you. Like, you've been here multiple times. And I'm like, yeah, it's got to be at least 5 or 6. It's really, I always love an opportunity to come over to Montreal. This is a great conference. Even though it's like 700-800 people, it does feel like a bit of a community because you still bump into people year after year. And it's a great chance to reconnect with them.
What would your favorite part of ConFoo be?
My favorite part of ConFoo is when the Habs are in town so I can see a Canadiens game. My second favorite part is the connections that you get a chance
So the networking.
Yeah, it's the networking.
It seems to be a pretty popular answer. Networking at ConFoo is critical, eh?
Yeah, I don't want to give away any secrets, but the most important part of any conference is the networking. It's the talks are just the excuse that we use in order to be able to go and have those opportunities.
Yeah, when everything went virtual because of the pandemic, that was really the component that was missing.
It's completely missing. No matter what people tried to do, whether it was like an audio hangout or one of those like almost like little video games where you walked around and tried to find people, it just didn't have the same feeling as walking out of a talk, bumping into somebody and just carrying on that conversation over lunch or later on when you bump into them again.
Yeah, definitely.
Really missed things during the pandemic.
For sure. Pivoting to low code, you've had experience with low code before, right?
Yeah, I've used a few low code solutions back in the day. I would say Yahoo Pipes is the one that I was particularly with. It really made it easy to snap together different data sources and take actions. Oh, if something was published to an RSS feed, then wire it up to this, which would take another action. And it just made that kind of things a lot easier. And that way you didn't have to spend, I got to spend a day trying to figure out how to do all this stuff. And you're like, oh, I'll just drag these two things together and hey, I'm done in 15 minutes.
So it made your life a lot like quicker and easier. You got your stuff done without having to do a lot of learning or a lot of coding.
I always look at low code or no code solutions. It's, if you have these things that you can automate that would make your life a lot easier, low code, no code solutions are great for that because some of those things it's like that I don't need to do that every day. So if you make that easy for me to do, I'm going to run to your platform. But clone Yahoo Pipes is what I'm saying. Don't tell Yahoo though.
Yeah. So when you think of low code, what kind of downfalls do you really see with low code?
Yeah, sometimes the downsides I see is that there's the vendor lock-in. Last time I looked at these solutions, there was like no underlying specification so that you could move from one vendor to another. So I'm always worried about putting too much into one particular vendor. What if they go out of business? What if they decide to pivot to a different model? Then all of that work, all of those automations that I put into it could just disappear.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, lock-in seems to be the critical one.
Yeah.
So if you're working at Begin, which is like a scaffolding type product with other projects built in. Yeah. So it probably wouldn't make sense there. But if, let's say at a previous job, your manager or director had come to you and said, internally, we are going to use low, get our stuff done. What would your initial thoughts be on that? What would you be happy about? What would you expect from the platform? And what would you be worried about?
Yeah, definitely if they came to me in my current role and said that, I'd be scared because that means we're pivoting to a whole new model and that we would need to raise funding all over again. Previous jobs, I mean, it would all depend upon what the background that they had. If they had the pieces in place that allowed us to do our jobs with these no-code solutions, I'm all about using the right tool for the right job. And if you have something that's going to save me time, I'm going to use it. But if you put barriers in my way, and I can't get my job done, then I'm going to look for ways to work around you.
So I guess one of the issues with low code is that there's decisions that are made on that platform for you that you can't then work around.
Yeah,
right?
certainly.
So customization.
There are constraints that the no-code platforms put upon you, and if your use case doesn't fit into those constraints, a lot of times you're stuck.
Right.
So being able to customize or have some sort of plugin infrastructure in your no-code, low-code situation would be a great way to go, so that you could actually extend the platform and be able to just realize all of your things that you need to do
Right.
at work.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, thanks for sitting and having a chat with me. Is there anything that you would like to promote or talk about?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. If you want to learn more about Begin, you can go to begin.com. We have a blog there. We're writing a lot of stuff about web standards. We've recently released a HTML first framework called Enhance, and that's at enhance.dev. That allows you to server-side render your web components. So it solves a few issues that we have with web components. And yeah, please give that a try out and let us know how it is. Thanks.
Perfect. All right.
Thanks,
Thanks
Ray.
for your time, Sam.
Cheers, man.